and that has made all the difference in the world. I grew up in a small village in southern Illinois, a patch of earth divided by a railroad track running right through the middle of town. It had no stoplights, only a tiny grocery store, a post office, and my parents' furniture store. There was a little diner near the railroad tracks with 2 pool tables in the back, and every day after school I would go there to play. Sometimes I would even sneak over there during lunch. I especially loved playing a game for advanced pool players called snooker. One ordinary day in 1963, my dad said to me, "Son, come here a second. I have something for you." Grinning, he handed me a long, thin box that looked like the box for a BB gun. I opened the box, and to my surprise, I saw a professional pool cue with my name engraved on the side and inlaid with ivory. It was beautiful. I'd never seen anything like it. But that was my dad. He always gave me gifts he knew I would love, even though I did not ask for them. He paid keen attention to my interests, even when I was unaware that he was doing so. I still have that pool cue. That gift permanently marked my life. Dad did not treat me that way only because I was his son. He treated me that way because he saw potential in me as a person. In fact, he treated everyone that way. My parents owned the furniture store in that small town, but people came through the door for more than furniture. My dad was determined to hold customer service as his highest value, which is why customers walked out with furniture. He cared more about them than the furniture he sold them, and the people who worked for Dad knew how much he valued them, too. Prior to building a great retail furniture business, my dad flew a Hellcat fighter in the Navy during World War II. After the war, the young pilots at the local airport considered him to be their Chuck Yeager. At 97 years old, Dad can't fly by himself anymore, but he recently flew with a fellow named Chris, a pilot whom he had taught to fly many years ago. When Chris was in his early 20s, he longed to fly with my dad. One day the airport manager called to tell him that Lyle Endicott wanted to take him on a flight. Chris was in Dallas at the time, but that did not hold him back. He drove all night to make it to the airport by 9 o'clock the next morning. My dad was keenly interested in Chris, and Chris knew it. 27 years later, I barely had to finish asking Chris to take my dad flying for his birthday. Chris's yes was automatic. I did not realize it growing up, but all along, my dad taught me the art and soul of leadership. He made a lasting impression by investing in people, and they felt a natural loyalty to him. A loyalty that, in this case, left Chris joyfully volunteering to return the favor by investing back into my dad. Is that joyful loyalty and mutual investment present in your team? Stop for a moment and think about the member of your team who gives you the most headaches. Maybe they're underperforming. Maybe they don't take initiative. Maybe they don't communicate enough information, or maybe they communicate too much. Maybe they start relational fires wherever they go. Or maybe their commitment is in question. You're not sure they are all in. And maybe they know it. Maybe they are even telling you that they know what you think about them, but they don't use words to do it. Maybe when you talk, their body is rigid, their face blank. Maybe they've made themselves hard to get a hold of, and they reply to your texts with an enigmatic, "okay." Now imagine having a new relationship with that person. Imagine that whenever you say, "Can I talk to you for a second?" they lean in as eagerly as I did just before my dad surprised me with the pool cue. Imagine that when you make a big ask, they are raring to say yes, just as Chris the pilot did. Can you picture that? What you are picturing is the result of good leadership. Leadership moves people to do something for the greater good, often something they would not naturally do. It might be something difficult or costly, maybe even something they really don't like, but because of good leadership, they do it anyway. Love that your